So here we have the map of Europe. We're going to start up here in the upper left-hand corner. With Iceland. Then here we have 3 Scandinavian countries. I want you to notice how this one comes all the way up here to the north, and this one comes all the way down here to the south. This is north, south, right? North, south, and then F. So Norway, Sweden, Finland. Norway, Sweden, Finland. Okay. Right here, this body of water is the Baltic Sea, starting with a B, the Baltic Sea. For a little reference for you, right here is the city of St. Petersburg. Okay, here, these 3 countries, country 1, 2, and 3, those are the Baltic states, known as the Baltic states because they're so close to the Baltic Sea. Baltic states are conveniently arranged for you in alphabetical order: Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. Okay. Clear up here at the top of the map, the body of water that's all up here. Everybody should know that one, right? The Arctic Ocean. Now, over here, all of this. You have to start by drawing in some mountains for yourself. Those are the Ural Mountains, U-R-A-L, Ural Mountains. And this country is Russia. Okay, we're going to come back over to the western side of the map. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay. Look very carefully how this circle is going. Okay, see how I cut this off here? This part of this island, that part is Ireland. Ireland. Then don't write on the rest of this, but everything that's in this circle is the United Kingdom. You will not be allowed to abbreviate it UK. You must know United Kingdom. It is possible that you could get extra credit for knowing the names of the territories within the United Kingdom. Going to label them 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you should have plenty of space right up here to put them in. 1, right here, just north of Ireland, and on the same island is, you got it, Northern Ireland, and proper abbreviation would be N Ireland. 2 is Scotland, and it's not like the boy's name, there's only 1 T. 3, the largest territory, is England. And 4 is Wales, like the Prince of Wales, the Crown Prince of England, except it's not the land or the sea mammal. There's no H. Because it is extra credit, if you spell it wrong, you're not going to get the extra credit. It needs to be W-A-L-E-S. Okay. Body of water all over here. The Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean. Body of water here is the North Sea. And this time, because it's not just a descriptor of something else, it's actually the name, you have to write north out. Write north out. Now, right here, this body of water right there is the English Channel. English Channel. Okay, going south. We've already talked about kind of this landform here when we did New Spain. This landform, if you remember, is the Iberian Peninsula. Here is Portugal. Portugal. Now we're going to zoom in way close. See that thick spot on the border? That's actually a country. So I want you to circle it so it stands out more for you. Draw a line up here, and it's Andorra. Andorra. This country is Spain. And here is France. Right over here on the border, not quite on the border where all three are, in a little bit, draw yourself a dot. That's a country. You'll be able to write it right out here. That is Monaco. And then right here is a region. It's not a country, it's just part of France, and it's called the French Riviera. Okay, we have one more thing to write in France, and it's the name of this country here. This country here has a W built into its southern border for us. And if you turn a W over, it looks like mountains, which is fitting because this country is Switzerland. And it's covered in mountains. While we're here, zoom in even a little closer. See that tiny little circle there? See that? That is another country. I know. It's nestled completely in the mountains that are here. So we'll circle it. We'll bring it up here. And this country is Liechtenstein. Liechtenstein. I'm going to move northwest a little bit here. These three countries together, these three countries right here, are known as the Low Countries. And they're called the Low Countries because their elevation is so low. This one here that kind of looks like a turtle maybe is Belgium. If you can't get it in the country, you should have a place to write it here in northern France. This little tiny one here is Luxembourg. And the one that looks like the Fighting Irish guy, that's the Netherlands. You should just have room to name this country that we've been writing in and haven't talked about yet, which is Germany. And sticking off of northern Germany, right here, looks like the Grinch's mitten. That's Denmark. Okay, we'll zoom out a little bit. And we're going to go east. This big one is Poland. To its east is Belarus. Belarus is the lazy way to say it. To say it properly, you would say Bielorus. Bielorus means white Russia. South of it is a place we've talked about a lot lately with current events, Ukraine. Also in the news again recently. Some of you are sitting out there having a fit right now that I haven't told you what all of this is. Look it up yourself if you want to know. All right, in Ukraine, we're going to zoom in again. Okay. Southern part of Ukraine. I'm going to color the borders of the water green here. Okay. So this right here is, in terms of land, part of Ukraine. But, as you know from knowing current events, the people of this territory just voted that they are free and independent. So we're going to at least know where it is. We haven't recognized Crimea as an independent nation, but we're going to know where it is. So that is the Crimean Peninsula. This body of water here is the Sea of Azov. And this body of water is the Black Sea. And leave some room because you're going to need to write in here. Okay. To the southeast, this little mess down here. Now, Belarus, Ukraine, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia all used to be Soviet republics, and so did these. They are no longer. They are independent. Here we have Georgia. And we have to know when we're talking whether we're referring to the Asian nation or the U.S. state. Now here, this and this flying squirrel-looking thing, both of those together are Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. Now, do you see how this looks like it's sticking down into and dividing Azerbaijan? It's like an arm reaching down into. This is reaching down into with its arm. So that is Armenia. Armenia. Okay, we zoom back out a little bit. Okay. This and this, okay, are one country. It's Turkey. It is one of two nations in the world that straddles two continents. The other one is Russia. Turkey is in both Europe and Asia, so is Russia. This is the European part. This Asian part is on this map, along with these, to give you some reference. You do still need to know them. While we're right here, this island is Cyprus. We have to zoom in again. Okay, we have water. It's green. Water comes through here. It's here. And there it is. Okay. Now we know that anywhere where water is narrow, that ends up being a landform of some sort. So right here and here we have the city of Istanbul. It's the only city in the world that is on two continents. But where the water goes between, that is called the Straits of Bosporus. Istanbul has a B. Bosporus has a B. That is what made the Turks so fabulously wealthy, is that they controlled the access to the Black Sea. Now down here, there's a longer strait that's nice and narrow, and it is called Dardanelles. Dardanelles. Okay, we're going to zoom back out. All of this arming finger thing hanging down, this is Greece. We're going to work back north. This country right here, I never forget what it is if I can look at a map. Right here north of Greece is Bulgaria. And I never forget what Bulgaria is because of this bulge area right here on its southern border. There's a little bulge on its southern border, so it's Bulgaria. Okay, I know, it's lame. This is Romania. Romania is the home of the Roma people, or you may have heard them referred to as gypsies. It is also where Transylvania is, where Vlad Dracul comes from. Right here, this one looks to me like Grandpa Simpson's profile. If you've ever seen Grandpa Simpson, you know he's so old that if he sat still for too long, he just might mold over. So this country is Moldova. Okay, back to Central Europe. This is Austria. And we know from studying World War I that Austria always had a partner, Hungary. You must spell Hungary correctly. If you forget that A and you say Hungary, I'm not feeding you. Before you were born, and before the fall of the Soviet Union, Central and Eastern Europe looked very different. And there was a country called Czechoslovakia. Well, after the Soviets fell, people got to decide what they wanted their countries to look like on their own. And these folks decided they wanted the Czech Republic and Slovakia. So they have two separate places. And Czech Republic, you must spell Czech correctly. I will not accept your monetary devices. So Czech Republic and Slovakia. Okay. Now, you all know what this boot one is, but don't write it in yet. Right here in the bulge of the calf, put a dot. And then over here on the shin, here's this notch in the shin. Come up a ways, but not clear to the next notch. And in just a little bit, put a dot. Label this dot 1, this dot 2. Then up here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We'll come back to those. Now, here in this circle is the Alps. It's the Alp Mountains, and you should then have room to write Italy in. Okay. We need to do some bodies of water. Right here is the Tyrrhenian Sea, T-Y-R, the Tyrrhenian Sea. Here is the Adriatic Sea, Adriatic, A-D-R. And then over here, east and southeast of Greece is the Aegean Sea, A-E-G. Aegean Sea, A-E-G. Now we're going to zoom way out. You know that in the real world there is a continent here. Okay? And it is Africa, right? This body of water that's here is the Mediterranean Sea. Here's one more island you have to know, which is Malta. Okay. Now you should have plenty of room left down here on the bottom of your paper to put your numbers 1 through 9 down. 1 through 9. Number 1 is Vatican City. You may need to pause between these to let everyone write them down. Number 2 is San Marino. Number 3 is Slovenia. Number 4 is Croatia. See how it looks kind of like a Pac-Man monster sort of thing? Croatia. Croatia. 5 is one where geographers must hate us. It is a very long name. It's Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's under B on your list. Bosnia and Herzegovina. 6 is Serbia. 7 is Montenegro. If you know any Spanish or Italian, Monte is mountain, Negro is black, so it's the country that looks like it's covered in black mountains. 8, sort of, if you squint a little bit, looks like a bean. So I always think of it as Albania. It's Albania, and I think of it as Albania. And then 9, if you've ever seen a mace, the medieval weapon with a ball with spikes on it on a handle, this is Macedonia, like a mace. It's where Alexander the Great comes from. Okay, few more extra credit possibilities. We're going to name these star, circle, and box. Okay, star, circle, and box. Star is the home of Napoleon. It is Corsica. It's not independent. It belongs to France. Circle is Sardinia. We're going to talk about it when we talk about the unification of Italy. And then I think most of you know the one that's right off the tip of Italy. That is Sicily. That, guys, is the entire map of Europe. I hope that you were able to get this done in time. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Love Zombie Hoke.